Welcome to Engine House Training LLC, and we're going to talk about ladder bailouts today. We're going to talk about one specific method, and it's basically an arm under a rung method head first. But before we get started, I want to talk about how we do it. Anytime you're working from heights, ladders, windows, we want to use a safety, and we tie a webbing harness onto each firefighter and connect them to the safety line, as you can see here, and it's attached to an anchor point. So for safety reasons, make sure you do that when you're doing these drills. The drill we're going to talk about today is going to be the ladder bailout drill, and this particular method is going to be a head first bailout. We're going to take either arm, doesn't matter, whichever one you're comfortable with. It's going to go under a rung, and then you're going to grab onto the rung below with that particular arm. As you come out, you can see he's gone onto the rung above and got his hand on the rung below. His left hand will come out and grab another rung below, and his weight will start to come down, and these legs are going to kick out to the side. The arm that is underneath the rung is going to serve as a anchor point. It's going to serve as an anchor point to keep you on the ladder, and it's going to help you pivot around when your body weight starts coming out that window. And this hand is giving you support and keeping you from just going completely all the way down. As you can see, he's swinging around. He's got his right hand up here is still on that rung. His left hand is going to come over, and we're going to grab both sides of that rail. And that right arm is pivoting, and it's keeping him on that ladder as our weight comes down. He's made the turn. He's on the rails, both hands on the rails, and both feet and knees on the rails. It's important that, you know, with all the gear that we wear, and we'll talk about it in a later slide, that we try and get our knees up a little bit to push ourselves off that ladder a little bit if we're going to slide it. We can just walk down the rungs too as well, but if we're in a big hurry, conditions are really bad, typically what we'll end up doing is sliding down that ladder. And for purposes of training, you can see here that we've got this ladder angle at a fairly shallow grade that helps us work off of it, helps us get down off of it, and we'll talk a little bit more of that at the end. Here's a close-up picture of the beginning steps. He's got his arm under the rung. He's swinging around. His body weight's going towards the ground. This is keeping him on the ladder right here and helping him pivot. Obviously, the steeper the angle of the ladder, the more weight's going to be put on you to come around, the more difficult it's going to be. So it's real important that you practice this and you get a good arm hold with that pivot arm. And finally, he swung back around, and you can see he's pushing himself away from the ladder a little bit. He's got his knees on the rung down here, and it's going to help him slide. When we do these drills, our SCBAs, our belts, our whatever we've got on us can be impeded, cause us to slow down as we descend this ladder, especially if we're sliding it. When we drill, we make sure that we take the regulators off, and we don't have the masks attached to the harnesses anywhere to make sure we don't tear anything up. So just something to consider if you're going to practice this while you're not breathing air, is to do that. In regards to ladders, it's kind of another class, but just make sure if you're on the fire ground, you've got 2 stories, that you get some ladders on the building. You don't know when a firefighter is going to have to bail out, and they're counting on you to have that tool in place at the right time. So train hard, practice, always use your safeties, okay? When we're doing these things, don't skimp, don't have any shortcuts, don't think you're just going to do it once. Get your safeties in place. If you have any questions, you can contact us by email or Facebook, and we look forward to hearing from you soon. Take care. Bye.